something going on.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you all for coming. I'm Kerwin. I'm the Director for Sports for Computing. So today we'll be going through sports year in review. First of all, the dynamics of computing students are changing. There are more and more students coming in. The cohort is growing. So with this in mind, we have tried to change up some events, but we are all still growing, and so there will still be much changes to be made. So without much further ado, let me continue. Okay, so beside me here is Jeannie. She's the Deputy Sports Director. Here are the events that we did this year with Sports Carnival, Night Cycling, Recreational Sports, the FOP Sports Day, and IFG, which is happening now. So if you are free, do come down to support or even take part in games. It starts on this Sunday, and it will last for close to 4 to 5 weeks, depending on if we make it to semis and finals.
Come for IFG opening ceremony on the 16th of August.
Yes, please do, thank you. Okay, so first of all, the Sports Carnival, thank you Alden. Thank you Karen's here. Okay, they put in a lot of effort to come to think of ideas for the Sports Carnival, because we deviated from the usual sports camp. We felt that sports camp had a bit too little participants, so we wanted to change things and see how it would work with the changing computing student population. Okay, so for PD we have Eldon, and BBD is Karen. Okay, so the objective was to increase exposure to sports, but most importantly it was to forge friendships through sports. And that was our motto from the very get-go. Okay. We also chose sports that were in IFG so that people could come down and experience it, and then if they were interested in the sports, they could play for IFG as well. Continue on. So there are a few key areas of improvement. If you are interested, you can just ask us. So we did a lot of reflecting while we were doing these slides, and we felt we could have done a lot better. We honestly did not get what we achieved, what we wanted to achieve, but we learned a lot from it, and I think we were successful in a few areas. Next up, we have night cycling. Okay, so thank you Jiahua, thank you Clara, and Jiajun, he will come later. Alright, so night cycling we felt was a success, because there were a lot of participants and everyone felt that it was really worth the money and it was worth their effort cycling through the night. Alright, so it was meant to promote a healthy, active lifestyle, and we took this part from sports camp because we felt that it was a very exciting kind of activity and didn't take a lot of time. Computing students have a lot of work to do, a busy schedule, so we decided to take just this component out so that computing students could participate in night cycling and they didn't have to sacrifice too much of their time.
I also think we should continue with night cycling in future years also, because given the demographic in computing, a more social activity seems to be more popular amongst the students.
It's always if one person joins and then you ask the friends to join and everyone will join as well. Okay, so key areas of improvement. One thing that we faced difficulty in was getting publicity and getting participants to join, because again it was more of a social activity, so only if your friends were in it then you would join. So we're still thinking about ways to improve this, to work on this, perhaps have wider audience, more people to ask their friends to join as well. For the next sports director, we'll just give him our ideas. Yeah. Okay, so next one is recreational sports. This one we tried to organize it, but because for computing schedule, there's a lot of lull periods, and then so there will be people be joining, and then they will not join when their work is heavy, and then when they're free, they might not come back. So this is another thing that we are working on as well. As of now, we've had successes in frisbee and touch rugby. Next let me just speak through.
I'll talk about this part. So the fourth event that Computing Sports did is the FOP Sports Day. So we help with FSC, FOC and FOW. And mainly FOP Sports Day is one of the days within all the camps where we basically it's like a shortened version of Sports Carnival, and all the OGs go through the 10 different sports from IFG. Yeah, so the main point of FOP Sports Day is for the captains to be able to recruit players for IFG as well, and also for the student population to be exposed to the different IFG sports and have fun together. Yeah, so the key area of improvement is that for FSC Sports Day, the games were a bit too long and freshies found it too tiring. So for FOW and FOC, we made improvement and shortened the game. So yeah, that was better. And then now the last event is IFG, which is ongoing and come for 16th of August. It's the IFG opening ceremony. Yeah, so the year in review. So besides all the events, we also upgraded the sports equipments. Yeah, so these are some of the new sports equipments we got upon reviewing our sports store. So yeah, we hope that future batches of students can be of advantage with these new sports equipments. Yeah, so lastly, we would like to thank the following people. So first is our own sports cell, the Sports Com, for all your hard work and helping us with every single event over and over again. The sports captains and vice captains from all the different sports in IFG. The 21st MC, which has the presidential and secretary itself for supporting us in everything we do. The finance for helping us with all our claims. IT for helping us create a new website, web page for the sports. FOP for aiding us with all the sports day, and FOW for getting us concha. Student relations for helping us with the welfare, exam welfare surveys. Publicity for designing very good posters and always helping us even with late requests. Marketing for helping us source for event sponsors like the Red Bull, and everyone else in the MC for supporting us in one way or another. So special mention to Zach, Wailun, Sherman, Nicholas for guiding us and supporting us through all our events. So for those who don't know, Nicholas is our
coordinator for NUSU.
Yeah. And then special mention also to Giam for helping us with night cycling, Miss Bimlesh for your kind guidance and support, and Miss Adele Chu for helping us approve a lot of bookings for IFG. Yeah, and to Shannon and Kerwin, the previous sports directors, for helping us and guiding us all along the way, and Yong Chen as well, and everyone else who helped us along the way and gave us a lot of good advice. Thank you. Yeah, this is everyone. Not everyone, but as much as we could squeeze in.
Thank you.
Okay, hello. So my name is Danish, and I'm not going to use that word. I'm the one that currently takes over taking care of the external relations wing for marketing and publicity. So just a bit of an overview is that we do both the marketing and publicity for the computing club, and that we're supposed to help raise awareness, help with sponsorships, and of course event publicity. So I'm just going to go to marketing cell. Some of our highlights is that we have launched some new limited edition merchandise, and we were able to double the sponsorship value. And our total income after revenue is about 11,000. With cash sponsorships taking about almost $5,000, and a lot more in kind as well for a lot of our events. So I hope with this, marketing has helped some of you guys in your events and also the participants to enjoy better perks, better privileges. So, okay. This is basically what the marketing cell and publicity cell do. I'm so sorry, I think my slides are jumbled. Marketing cell basically does merchandise creation and sales and sponsorships. Publicity cell does the graphic design, photography, videography, and of course the social media management on the competing club level. So for publicity cell, they basically supported about 30 plus competing events, as you have already heard from everyone else. They've also created about 50 designs, and that's no easy feat because they have to come up with a new concept every single time. And they also greatly increased social media. Basically with Instagram, there was about 183% increase. Attributed of course to a growing cohort, but also to a lot of the marketing efforts that they've done. They've also produced about 10 videos, and each video takes quite a lot of lead time, so marketing as well, doing a lot of that. and they've uploaded about 9,000 photos, which I think you guys can see through the Flickr stream. So you guys hopefully can catch yourselves in some of the events. I also like to acknowledge our advisor, Adele. So other than approving all of your bookings, she does a lot more stuff behind, looking at the proposals, ensuring that we do our marketing efforts right, our publicity efforts right, and also to thank Dr. Bimnesh because part of the external relations role is that we also liaise with the SCS community on behalf of NUS Computing. Of course, I also need to thank everyone else. So Ms. Lehun, Ms. Tan, Ms. Raida for upping all the booking events, all the facilities as well. Not only just for us to use, but also for all the events in tandem. And of course, I will thank the Presidential Cell and Wing also for all the support. But of course, a lot of this comes to my directors and deputies who are putting so much, staying back even on weekends, trying to do a lot of the store work, counting the merchandise. Also to our subcommittees who have helped them as well. And I think my directors also have to deal with some of my really strange administrative techniques. But thank you so much for being there. Yep, thank you.
Okay, hello everyone. Good evening. I'll be late. My name is Earth. Marketing Director for the Community Club. So together with my team is Rachel, is Deputy of Sales, and Dominic is not here today, Deputy of Sponsorship. So in one liner for the marketing, so we are like more or less in charge of the surplus. Yeah. Then okay, so in our marketing we split into two sides. One side is the sponsorship, the other side is sales. So for sponsorship, you can consider it as like the backend API call. Yeah. So whenever any events needs our help, then they will call our API and then we will support them. Right. So it's like the Rubik to your juggernaut in total. Okay. So some of the key events that we have sponsored, that we have sourced. So we supported events all the way from cat sales to sports sales, and some of the more highlights one, as well as EWP. So our long-term sponsor, we have Red Bull, Shopee, Racing, Four Valley, and Happy. And rest of the sponsors that they have sponsored us for some of the other odds events. As well, we have actually supported some of the challenges, which includes the Shopee Data Science Challenge, Shopee Coding Challenge, as well as the EMB Bank Challenge. So some of the more tangible, where you can see and more visible sponsor items are the Nintendo Switch on Computing Day, all the lucky draw prizes, speakers, hard disk, Gongcha on your first WP, Red Bull more or less throughout most of the event, and popcorn on the second EWP. So for the sales, so now we have moved back end, this is the front end. Yeah. So for sales, we support competing shirts as well as the merchandise. So for shirts, we continue with the competing t-shirt, pretty popular. Everyone nowadays is always running out. And the competing limited edition 21st, the competing evolved shirts. And for merchandise, we have the socket nano box as well as the laptop sleeve. Laptop is out of order, but there will be new batch coming up. As well as we did a little collaboration with FASS. So for that, we have to thank Zuri and Wicked for helping out in this mini project. Okay, so this is the total income, total surplus that we have. So it's 11,121, and I especially like the back number 88. Means a good sign. So a bit of the breakdown. So this is allocated budget that we have, 25K, and then we already spent about we have spent about 4,850 on the expenditures. So mainly procurement of merchandise, and there's our income. So income minus expenditure, simple counting, as well as the sponsorship is the one that have the 0.88, which is the lucky figure. Okay, so my last thing, my acknowledgement for that. Okay, so I have to thank Adele. She's a patient in guiding us. So like we are the back end for the whole MC team. She's the back end for me, for our team. Yeah. So for Danish for providing support whenever our team is met with obstacle, and Rachel and Dominic for working closely alongside me, and a subcommittee for contributing whichever you guys can for any sales support. Zurian and Wicked for heading the collaboration with FSS, the MC batches for entertaining my weird timing text, especially Secretary Ren Jie and the finance Wigan, I see. And thank you for giving me the opportunity to lead together with my team to serve a community. Yeah, that's all. Thank you.
Okay, so hi everyone, I'm Suman and I'm the Deputy Director of Publicity. I'm speaking on behalf of my director Gan, who is currently in the US for NOC. Okay, so before I begin, let me show you the publicity cell structure. So the publicity cell is headed by me. Okay, so this is the point of view of Gan. And Mavis, the Deputy Director in charge of graphic design, social media, and Suman, the Deputy Director in charge of photography and videography. So in publicity, we have 4 distinct pillars and a total of 25 subcommittee members. So let me start with the photography department in our cell. So these are some samples of the photographs our cell members have taken. In the last academic year, we have provided support for more than 30 different events such as movie night, sports carnival, as well as the overnight FOP projects. So I'm proud to say that in the last academic year alone, we have provided more than 9,000 photographers for photograph for all event participants to enjoy.